Alright, here we go. Tears of a Tiger, Chapter 8. Hey, Coach. Can we talk? Andy's first day back to school, November 19th. Hey, Coach, what's doing? How are you, Andy? How was the first day back to school? Not so good, Coach. It was rough. I feel okay. I ain't really busted up that bad. I got a few bruises and burns left over on the outside of me, but the inside of me is hurting. You know what I mean? I hear you, man. It's a rough scene to handle. How about your friends and your family? They're behind you, aren't they? Yeah, I guess. Me and BJ and Tyrone will never be the same, but we'll always be real tight because of this. And the other kids are trying real hard to be understanding. My folks, well, you know how it is. My dad keeps telling me to be strong and put this all behind me. My mom won't really look at me. She cries a lot, but she hasn't said much about the accident after the first night. What about you, Andy? How do you feel about all of this? This is quite a bit for you to handle. I'm okay. Come on now, you just said you felt like you were hurting inside. What's going on? Well, if you really want to know, I want it to die right after the accident. I wanted it to be me that was dead instead of Rob. He had so much going for himself. He would have got that scholarship too, Coach. You know he would have. He would have made it big in the pros too. He was 6 feet 5 inches and still growing. He was my friend. Can't blame yourself forever, Andy. And if you had died instead of Rob, would you want him to be hurting like you are now? I don't know. I'm all mixed up. How long have you and Rob been friends? I remember the first time I saw him. Tallest kid in the 7th grade. He and Tyrone were my best friends from elementary school, and they went around calling each other Tyronio and Roberto, like some kind of weirdos or something. Later on, they started calling me Andini, but it was never as cool as their names because Andrew just didn't sound good ending with an O. You know what I mean? Yeah, I hear you. After I got to know them and the three of us started hanging together, I decided it didn't sound so bad. Anyway, the first day after I saw him, he was picking his hair out with his red pick and diamond-looking things on it. I went over him and said, "Won't your mama get mad when she finds out you took her pick?" He slowly put the pick in his back pocket, slowly looked at me, and then proceeded to beat the snot out of me. We've been tight ever since. Nothing like a good fight to start out a solid friendship. Me and Rob and Tyrone had most of our classes together, and even went out for the junior high basketball team together. BJ tried out too, but he didn't make it. I guess you know, Coach, that BJ has tried out for the basketball every year for 6 years, including junior high, and never made it once. He keeps saying he's going to be the next Spud Webb. Yeah, that BJ is something else. He's got more guts than I'll ever have. It was BJ's idea to try to climb on the hood to rescue Rob. Like I said, he's the one with the guts. From what I hear, you have your share of guts and courage too. Without you, the other boys might have been injured much more than they were. Wasn't it you that helped get Tyrone and BJ out of the car? Don't believe everything you hear. I think it was the other way around. Actually, I don't remember, but I couldn't get to Robbie. That's right, you couldn't. There are some things that are beyond our power to control. I could have controlled the drinking. I knew better. We all did. We just never figured it would happen to us. I hear you. I never will know why I didn't get hurt worse. I should have been hurt so bad that I at least had to stay for a couple of months. But they let me go home in 2 days. My burns weren't too bad. Well, except for the miscellaneous Band-Aids, I say you look pretty good considering. Have you recuperated from that court ordeal yet? After I got out of the hospital and after all the police investigations and I found out that I had to go to court, I was just really scared. I really appreciate you coming down there, Coach. No problem, kid. Just wanted to let you know we're all behind you. I was surprised so many kids from school was there. All the kids from SAD, several other teachers. Of course, Rob's parents, my parents, and Keisha was there. It was almost as bad as the funeral. When the judge talked to me and I cried in front of everybody, I was kind of embarrassed. But I guess that was okay. I guess they understood. A lot of them was crying too. I was too, Andy. There's no shame in tears. Coach, can you explain something to me? Sure, Andy, if I can. I had been charged with DWI and vehicular homicide, but they dropped the vehicular homicide charge because of my age and good driving record. I ended up getting my license revoked until I'm 21 and a 2-year suspended sentence. Even I thought it was a real easy sentence, maybe too easy. Do you think that was right? Shouldn't have been sent to jail or something? The judge did what he thought was best in your case, Andy. You gotta stop punishing yourself. I think I would have felt better if I would have had to suffer and complain a little. You are suffering, Andy. The judge knows that. We all do. And we'll help you all we can. You come see me whenever you need to talk, okay? Yeah, man, thanks. When can I play ball again? What does your doctor say? I have nothing broken, just some slight burns, a few cuts, and a couple of ugly bruises. When I was in the hospital, they ran all these tests, but everything came back okay. They told me I was lucky. Yeah, right. Don't you have to go to the health clinic for your alcohol rehabilitation classes? Yeah, I go every Saturday from 6 in the morning till 6 at night. Wow, that's a long day. Yeah, they said they wanted my attention first thing in the morning. Well, they sure got it. It's even earlier than I leave for school. I went to the first one last week. It wasn't so bad. Actually, I learned a lot. Did you talk to the counselors there about returning to normal school activities, including basketball? Games start at 8, you know. Can you make it on Saturday? Yeah, no problem. They said they wanted me to have a normal school life as possible. It's not like these programs that take away all your privileges completely. So I asked them about sports, and they said as long as I didn't miss any sessions over there and was able to keep my grades somewhere above basement level, I could play basketball again. I'd like to try, Coach. It's been tough on all of us, Andy. We hadn't had a practice, and we forfeited 2 games since the accident. But I feel like it's time to move on. I think Robbie would have wanted us to keep playing, don't you? Yeah, I think he would have. We'll have our first practice tomorrow. I'll see you then. Thanks, Coach, for everything.